So now we will discuss on the importance of research design, why research design is important. First one is validity and reliability of a research depends on the research design. So what is validity and what is reliability? Validity is accuracy. How accurate are your results? That is validity. Reliability, how consistent are your results? So are you producing the same results again and again when you do the same experiment? That is reliability. So how accurate to the actual values? That is accuracy. So if you have good research design, it indirectly helps in validity, that is accuracy, reliability, that is consistency. This is the importance of the research design. So again, you have different types of validity. First one is internal validity. Internal validity refers to the extent of results. Accuracy reflects the relationship between variables free from confounding factors. Confounding factors means, see, you have a good research design, the external factors will not impact your research. That is, say, confounding factors means external factors will not impact your research results. So that is confounding factors. For example, in homeopathy or RCT, if you go with RCT, randomized clinical trial, it helps in blinding and it helps in randomization. So blinding and randomization helps in avoiding selection bias and also reporting bias or observer bias. So if you want to remove the observer bias or selecting bias from a research study, you need to go to RTC and blinding. You need to randomize the patients and you need to blind the study. So this is about internal validity. Internal validity is within the research. So you are doing the research, how the research is perfect or not, that is internal validity. How accurate are these internal steps? So what is external validity? Now you have done the research and you have released it to the public. How external public are feeling about the research? Okay, it concerns the generalization ability of the finding beyond the study sample. You have done perfect study, but when you give to someone else, it is not working out. So there is no external validity. External validity, which is homeopathy, may be limited to the limited by high individualized nature of the prescribing. You have done a study in which you have, rather than individualistic way, you are designing to come up with a standardized treatment for a particular disease. So you have done perfectly internally, but when it is going to the public, it is not helpful. So that is external validity. When you do the research, you need to have internal validity as well as external validity. External validity means it should be useful to treat the public. So internally you have collected all the data, you have collected all the reports, you have done perfectly. That is internal validity. Once you have released it to the outside, if the other doctors are able to use it and get the result out of it, then that is external validity. You need to have both internal and external validity for a research. And what is reliability? Refers to the consistency of measurements and procedures in quantitative research, homeopathic research, using valid symptom score, or this is an example, PASI score or VAS score. PASI score is used to assess the prognosis of psoriasis, and VAS, visual analog scale, is for general purpose. So when you are using these types of scales and doing the research, the results will be reliable. You will get same results again and again. To ensure that results can be replicable, so this is important. You have to replicate the results. How do you replicate? When you convert that into numbers, you can replicate it. In quantitative research, reliability is supported by transparent coding procedures and also where appropriate inner coder agreement. Okay, these are the reliability. Reliability means getting same result again and again when you do the perfect research. So this is about the importance of research design. If you have good research design, the results are valid, accurate, and the results are reliable, that is consistent. Thank you.